Meme Funko Pops. 6! I figured out 2 hands! Now today we've got a pretty good lineup because since the last episode of every meme Funko Pop ever, Funko's actually released a line of meme figures. And now I don't want to say it's because of this series here, but I have a feeling it's because of this series here and you guys loving it so much. But also I have no claims to back this. I'm literally just saying this to say it. But anyways, before we get into the ones that I actually have to show off today, there's one that I want to mention that hasn't released yet. And it comes from Futurama of Fry, the one where he's got his eyes squinted and he's looking off to the side. It's a really funny figure and I'm so excited that they released it. I heard that there's also going to be a Shut Up and Take My Money coming soon, but we haven't seen anything from that yet. But if they did make this Fry, could they possibly make this one? I could see it happening. But now let's jump into the first meme Funko Pop I actually have with me, and that is going to be maybe one of my favorites of the day. Check it out here. It is Elmo with Rocco.
How is Rocco gonna eat that cookie, Zoe? Tell Elmo. Rocco doesn't even have a mouth. Rocco's just a rock. Rocco's not alive.
I just love this figure, and for a long time there, loved a lot of the Rocco memes. A little bit of a backstory on who Rocco is. It's actually Zoe's pet rock from Sesame Street. She would bring him around everywhere, and it would always somehow inconvenience Elmo just the slightest amount. Like, for example, there was one time where Rocco really enjoyed, I believe it was oatmeal raisin cookies, but it was also Elmo's favorite cookie, and he couldn't have one because Rocco took the last one. And so you can find episodes where Elmo is just exploding in anger at Rocco, and I think it is just the funniest thing. And so now that we have a pop of Elmo angry holding Rocco, it's great. I also love that they made his eyes slightly crossed. It is just so good, and the way that his hand is kind of like he's shaking. It's so funny. And I gotta say, they really did get all of the little bumps and shapes on Rocco. He's pretty accurate. Alrighty, now let's jump into the brand new meme line. And I guess we'll start with this one here. In the movie category, we have Lord of the Rings, Boromir. Now, some of these memes are older than others, and a lot of them date back to the giant text above you. You know, like this stuff here. It would sometimes also be, whoa, sorry, I gotta go above the text there, below you, like this. But anyways, everybody, getting that out of here, this is a pretty funny one, and if you don't know it, it's the one where he goes, one does not simply, and then you'd be able to put whatever text you want underneath it. Like, for example, you could say, one does not simply collect a single Funko Pop, there's always another on the way. It's just an example, but stuff like that, where like current events would be happening, and then all of a sudden you'd see another, one does not simply, and then whatever happened in like 2008. And now what's great about all these new figures is that on the back, they actually have that original image, but it's popified with the text in it. And also, if you take a look on the front, it does have the meme stamp on the bottom there. I'm a big fan of these. But now that we've talked about the meme, let's actually open this up and see what the figure looks like. And funny enough, until I saw this figure here, I didn't know that he was sitting down. I thought he was standing, but I guess it makes sense. And I rewatched this scene in the movie, and no, yeah, he's totally sitting down, but still, a really great figure. I like this one a lot. Now, next up, everybody, we've got a sideways box. I know, pretty unique. And this one is Skeletor. If I'm gonna be honest, I never really kept up with Masters of the Universe till recently. I've actually really been getting into the show because it's now on YouTube. You can watch all the episodes. And so I didn't really know this meme, but I'm looking on the back here and it said, until next time. And I'm trying to think of like the Skeletor voice. Like, is this something that he actually said in an episode and he was laying like this? It must have been. And now let's take this one out of the box because I want to see him laying down. Oh, this is interesting. They gave him a giant base to go along with it, but I want to see if he sits by himself. Okay, no, he doesn't. He does fall over. So it's a good thing they included it. Look at this thing, guys. It's huge. And anyways, I think I put it on like this. Yeah, he presses in here and then boom and boom. There we go. Okay, yeah, that fits in nicely. And then does he stand? Like a glove. Usually it'd be fits like a glove, so I guess the base fits like a glove. He stands fine. And now looking past the meme, this is a really great Skeletor figure because it's updated from the last time we had seen him. Like, the face looks really, really clean, and then the body, I mean, laying down, it's definitely new, because, you know, I wonder if I could even recreate this. Like, I can't put my feet up all the way. I don't have room, but until next time. Now, jumping into this next one here, we have one from WandaVision, and this is actually going to be Agatha Harkness. Now, when it comes to this meme here, they have the photo on the back, but there isn't really any text to go along with it, because it's more so just like a GIF that people would use, you know, where she's winking. It's still a really funny one. I just don't know if this text was 100% necessary, because it's literally just her name again. But either way, it's a cool figure, and let's take this one out of the box because I want to see it closer up. And also, there are not many winking figures in it, and they included her mouth on it. If you didn't know, a lot of the Pops for people don't actually have mouths, so for her to have it here, it's pretty unique, but it makes sense because it's like most of the meme. She's got like a funny smile going on as well as the wink. She's kind of like this. You see? It's a lot of mouth. Anyways, talking about the figure again, though, I'm noticing something that's kind of unique compared to the rest of them. Because it is a Marvel Pop, it does bobble. And that's with every single Marvel Pop, so that's why it's happening here. And if you don't know, that's because of a licensing thing with Hasbro. They own, like, the license to every single, like, action figure or non-bobble character made by them. And so Funko has to do a bit of a loop around by making them a bobblehead, which I actually don't mind with this one here. I think it looks pretty good. But there are definitely some weird times because it happens with Star Wars characters a lot, and I feel like Jar Jar Binks is a pretty big meme, and he looks fine as a bobblehead, but like R2-D2, where his like legs make him bobble, it's a bit odd. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. Tristan, you haven't done a SpongeBob Pop yet today, when I have for every other episode, and well, here it is, everybody. There is actually one in this brand new meme line, and check it out. It's the I'm a head out. This is a fun one, and I like the back of the box because they put it in that exact moment. They didn't put I'm a head out, though. They put SpongeBob headed out, which is still, it's close. I think they did that, though, because it's just showing that he is heading out, of course. And now, I noticed with this one here, and I didn't actually know this before, that this box is a little bit bigger than the other ones. It was also a little bit more expensive, too. This one here was $25 instead of, I think, $17. Yeah, it was $17 for the others. And I mean, it is way larger, probably because of that chair. And now, if you don't know with this meme, it's literally just SpongeBob leaving, and people would use it a lot for, you know, if you're gonna head out, or if somebody says something out of pocket when you're messaging them or just like online or something. And now that you can post GIFs and photos in the comments on Instagram, these types of things pop up a lot more often, where like somebody would put something that's just like totally insane, and then somebody would just put I'm a head out. And anyways, let's take a look at the figure here, because it's a pretty great one, and I like that they made his eyelids there too, because it is really part of the meme. He's also got the massive TV remote and the inflatable chair. Like, it is just such a fun figure. It really does look like he's heading out. Oh, and this is interesting. I don't know if I knew this about his chair, but it's actually got a hole in the bottom. It's a life preserver. Oh, pretty smart. And it's funny, when you take a look at the SpongeBob line, I would say 99% of them are different memes that have happened throughout the show, just because of how popular and like culturally relevant SpongeBob is in general. And now I know that we haven't got this pop, but one that I would love for the SpongeBob line is the Am I a Pretty Girl hat, the #1 fan one. It would be so funny. Or maybe, what's his name? Is it Dr. Smitty Warbenman Jenkinson? Then whatever that guy's name is, he's got a really long name. I don't remember the whole thing. But like SpongeBob has to then find him because it's technically his hat and not Mr. Krabs. And like whenever Funko makes a new SpongeBob Pop, it always seems to top the last one. And I don't know how they're gonna top this here because I mean, come on. This might be my favorite one they've ever done. And well, anyways, everybody, there we go. That is all of the memes that I have for you today. And let me know in the comment section below, now that Funko has an actual meme line of characters, which one do you want to see next? One that I think would be really funny is the Lorax picking himself up. But I know that might be kind of hard to do, but they do the floating bases now on the figures. It could be possible. But anyways, this was seriously a lot of fun to check out the new ones with you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow.